So, welcome back on the Sodor map, where we still try to build a whole Iceland spanning network. Let's see how far we get with it. So we built our conveyor network from Province Gate to Province Gates. Goods distribution. I can speak. And it looks like it runs, but as of yet we don't have anything going on. I don't know if it works though. But our other conveyor belt system works. So it should not be... It should work, it just should take some time for the game to like recalculate where stuff goes. And I placed them all to like close to each other, so the icons sometimes confuse me. This one works as well? Yes. But it does not it doesn't make money, but not always. So we have some, like, yeah, this one loses money at the moment in the text terminal number 2, which is this one, also does not make money though, because it's too short a distance, which is like, which I hope the conveyor belts will solve, like this length of transporting stuff, it just doesn't make sense doing it. Oh, what we also could do is like add like them together with conveyor belt, and then add these two as well. That would be nice. Basically, we can add most of those here to like conveyor belts probably. It would make probably more sense than like how it is set up now with like a lot of cargo trams, which works, but it looks ugly in the first place. And also probably it's not like, if you would have a setup like this, you probably in like real life you would build some local transportation system which is like not trucks, or I mean you could, but for like a forest to like a sawmill in like this area, because technically you would not have a forest here though. It does not make sense in the first place. So we should add some trees if this is a forest. Yeah, that would make sense probably. I mean, with like the assets, you can really like build this up to like look way more realistic than it does now, but it probably goes, performance is a problem sometimes. But I'm playing mostly from like a really high view, so you don't need to be like so precise with adding stuff. It just should look nice from like a top-down view, like how you have with your model train set or something like that, where you would add details but like not too precise, because then you don't see it anymore anyway. Can we add, yeah, we can make the brush way bigger, so we can add a really big forest here. And then this area as well. Then it also makes sense that there's, so we should probably like, something is like with with this farming extension, some stuff just does not work right. We should be able, we could paint manual fields, which we can do, but we also have assets for fields, so we should probably plop manually field decoration. No, we want, so we can put some pasture. Yeah, let's manually add some fields to this. But then if it... I never know how they grow, which is one of the problems. If you manually decorate them, it's kind of hard. If like, will they remove trees and stuff if they grow, or will it just not work? We will figure out. So we should add more trees, because I mean it's a farm, but the farm would probably not be everywhere though. So this would probably still be tree area, and the farm would be like here. Like this will all be still trees, because it's a hill. Hills usually have trees though, at least where I'm from. So this looks... I don't know if like this really kills performance if you have too many trees, perhaps. But performance in this game is anyway not nice. I'm not sure. I don't know, like also... Is it the menu which kills performance? Yes. It's... I don't know. Yeah, it's the menu. I don't know why. It does not make that much sense. So probably we should not have too many trees, but I quite like it. I mean, we could probably, on like one of these hills, we have the castle asset, so we should probably build a castle which overlooks the sea and stuff. Which would make sense to like have. So some more trees here. So we have a nice forest up on the hills. It's probably too much. We probably don't need... Or if I need to remove them, I die. I don't know if there's like... There should be a remove brush, or... Yes. Eraser tool, okay. Because if we need to click every tree, like... I'm getting mad. This looks fine. This one also needs some more trees. This would be... Is it high enough for a castle? Probably. I'm not sure yet where I want to place it though. Because if it's also like really dense forest, then it makes a lot more sense to like have transportation going not through the forest. I mean, sometimes you do that. But it would like... I mean, you could tunnel it, but tunnels are also way more expensive than just building around the hill or like the mountain. So I mean, like if you go from like some points, it would make more sense to like manually set up the factories up and like the industries, but I just don't like... If I set them up manually, I just don't feel like playing anymore, because I probably set them not like as random. I would set them up with like how it makes more sense, and then you're losing some of the like the fun with like planning your connections with no choice. This looks nice. I probably could add like a castle here or here. I'm not sure. Where would we build a castle? Probably here, because then we have like a view of this. Here would be like a nice position for like here. It's still not working though. But the line is working, or not? Yes. Manage line. Yes, it works. And it is connected to both, so I don't know. Perhaps I'm missing something, but I should not. Perhaps it just takes so long to recalculate it, but like technically it just goes from here to there. By the way, we can remove this train station, because we will not use it. Oh, damn it. Okay. Huh, it doesn't work. I thought it's like erase acid with... Oh, it does work, it just takes forever. Sorry. What we want, like, I do that all the time where like I have the wrong setting up. And then I transform like hillsides or something. This town needs like a lot of smoothing. Like the AI sometimes decides like really weirdly where it wants to build stuff. Do we extend our forest to like up to here? Yes, do, because we would build like stuff like here. So we just cleared like some areas out where we needed to build stuff, but like that's it. Because the town is not extended to there yet, we built these areas. And our tunnel goes down here, which does not make that much sense though. I just liked it. Like I would prefer to have the tunnel like coming out here, but it's already full with like the 2 other tunnels, which we don't need anymore now, but still keep it because I like it. I would love to have a way to like have this line go up here though, but it's just not realistic. I mean, perhaps later we can loop around here. Our main line is those in the middle, so we could loop underground. I don't know, because our line would go up here through the tunnel anyway, like up to here somewhere. I'm not sure yet. I mean, if a line starts from like this and goes somewhere else, then it works just fine, but this whole thing is like not really needed anymore if this works. If it doesn't work, we need to put it back in though. But I would prefer having it working like this, because it makes more sense. Like, if you have a train station here, you would like... You can ship it with trucks, which I did in the first place, but there's like too much volume in transporting here. Or like, you have like a ton of trucks and like there's too much traffic on the road, which also makes no sense. So this looks crazy, but it works, and it kind of feels like you would do it like this. It's too high probably, which is my main problem. Like the same problem I have with bridges, I usually make them too high. They're like gigantic. I mean, this is not that high though, but these bridges are like enormous, which makes no sense probably. But you never know. It looks good from like the top view, that's the problem. I'm probably most often too far out with the camera, because everything is way smaller than I think it is. Like this whole thing is gigantic, but it looks fine from like this view. Still no transport, I don't know. This is kinda annoying, and it probably costs us a lot of money. But the other one works. Do we need to reset the line? Is there something like going on with... Because we had the line and then we moved the connection, but it should not, because it's technically just a car line. Like, it's but it also has 2 sidings. This one's only have... No, it also has that on both, that's okay. So technically it's trucks, you see the icons, it's like road vehicles, so it should work. It's connected, or not? Yes, connected to this one. Connected to them. Or is it not? It should, or... Yeah, it's connected to both. It's hard to figure out. Could probably decorate here more, but like I already like this quite well. I think like I removed the mod with like another car mod or something which didn't work out. So we only have these two, but it's fine. And then we have like a really cheap bus station there. And this funky road vehicle. Day one. They're nice. Like my big plan for like most of the map is like not to replace everything to the menus, like just let it run if it runs. And then I hope at some point we go back somewhere and then it's like it's like 1980 and we still run some like really small. Oh, this one moved as well. Okay. Like something which I had some, like I moved the whole game and the workshop assets to another hard drive with like the Steam Move It tool, and something went wrong, I think. So then I needed to like rebuild the map list, or like not rebuild it, but like re-download everything. And I think some of the mods I had before like are not on the mod hub anymore. Not mod hub on the workshop. So perhaps there are some issues, but I quite like it. I really like this area. It's not really useful yet, but I'm also not sure what I do with like those lines. If I do another circle, which makes no sense because you can't go back there, so I don't know. Like this is technically like our fake depot and this is our real depot. I mean, we also like I'm at some point we make it too big. I don't know if like we should go around here or something. I don't remember what my plan was. Like I build them sometimes and then I forget not what my plan was, but like that it's not possible for a train to like do some movements. It's just not possible. Like how you would, I mean it would be possible, but like the game doesn't support it. So there's no way in the game to like tell it to like do like turn in, then go back, turn out or something like that. It's not just, I mean you could probably do it with like the waypoint system, but I don't think it will work because you can't tell it to like drive like backwards and frontwards and something. Where we perhaps should spend some time now should be like connecting these areas, because then we could use like, I mean we could send trash here and burn it for fuel and waste rests. I don't know what that should mean, but we don't really need them anywhere. We don't need gas because we use like the some of the industrial extension mods, and I'm not sure. Okay, we need gas in producing aluminium with bauxite, which we also don't know where. Then where else do we need it? I mean, we have this nice view which I never use. Requirements. A window glass factory needs it. Tire factory. Aluminium smelter. Mechanized goods. Okay, the mechanized goods needs it. There's one. And the other one is right up here, so... I mean, we could produce mechanized goods already, probably. And... where was it? It's here, it's right here. This is also like a connection which we should probably do from here to here with like the I can't, like, sometimes I don't know why I'm forgetting things. It's like the conveyor system. It's like, it's not even like a word which we don't use in our language or something. My brain doesn't work always. And this one is an industrial goods. Okay, so this one needs machines. Where do we get machines from? Nowhere close though. Like the random generator, sometimes it like puts stuff like right next to each other and then it puts them so far away, which is nice on one way. Like, do we even produce machines? That would be problematic. I mean, I have mods for like manually plopping down like industries if we need them somewhere. But that kind of takes the fun out of it. I would just need to move them like somewhere far away or something like that. So, do we have product? We like the AI should, when it places stuff, at least that's how I would program it. It's like it checks. Yeah, we have one machines factory. Oh, it's right next to it. Okay, this is nice. We would build a conveyor belt from here to here and then there. Yeah, that would totally make sense. And then it's like a real industrial town with like a lot going on. And this whole thing doesn't make sense at all when we move like a lot of stuff. If we build a conveyor way down here, then we can remove all of this area, which is like, it's kind of silly to use them like this. We also should replace these streets with like the green ones we did in the other part, because they look nicer. And they don't work because we need to set them to electric and bus lanes. Yes. It looks like, it makes more sense if they're like just looking like rails or like streets. Because they are not streets here. I mean, we could probably replace them with like trains, but that's getting complicated as well because I already built it. Like all the new ones, I'm totally building it with trains. Or like the conveyor system or something like it, but yeah, this looks more like, it looks like train rails, but it's not really, so it's quite nice. So like, it doesn't look like tram tracks, it looks like I don't know the proper term for like the small trains. It's like, it's not mini trains. I mean, it's a cool name, but it's not short, it's small. Is it small rail? Is it just small rail? I don't know. So we have a network and we don't need these streets. Like I tend to like pull streets everywhere, which like where I don't need them. And I also don't like this circle. So let's pause it and then build it nicer. Because like everything in life, sometimes you like build stuff and then it doesn't make sense at some point. Yeah, they go in there directly, so should keep it like this, and then we flatten it out, and this looks better, I think, at least. Yeah, they're all confused now, which is fine, but technically, yeah, we should also move this street probably to like, I don't know. This one is like also built wrong. Like we only need one connection, but I realized too late that I like flipped it on the wrong side, and I mean, we could just remove it and like rebuild it. But then you always need to like figure out the length, and sometimes they don't connect properly. It's, I don't know. You need to rebuild a lot of like areas. I just did it like, so we got a framework for like making money, but now we make too much money. Which is because I'm probably playing too slow. But this is as well fine. So now we have connection errors again. Okay. No path. That's not right. Oh, you ended up on like That's like, I don't know why this game does it sometimes. They ended up on a street which does not have tram lines. I don't think I like changed those. So it's fine now again. I'm also not sure if you like should. Like, I like having the AI build the towns, but sometimes you need to like support it so it doesn't build it where you don't want it to. I like how it does it here. I mean, you can delete stuff if you have enough money, so it's fine. I quite like this here, but it needs a lot more decoration. Totally add more trees here, because there's no point why there should not be trees here. I don't know if there would be trees as well, for example, but like I'll probably develop the town more. It's also really, it should extend more here, but I have some tool, at least I think I have, for like limiting how the town extends, but you never find stuff with these things. We have parking lots though, which take forever to load apparently. Yeah, we should build some of those. Yeah, these are nice. We probably can use them for like building nicer like industrial areas. It always depends what kind of station we use and stuff. I mean, in the end, we probably need streets here as well, because like it's for like this time it's probably fine to have like everything with trains, where like our people get like carted in on like trains. I thought I had a train for it, but apparently the mod or whatever got removed as well, so yeah, I don't know. Perhaps they're driving now. They have cars here, so they could drive. I mean, they have a house as well, so perhaps the train comes from like here. Yeah, probably. It's probably like one of those. Yes, this one here or something, which drives up there, like brings them here to work, and at the end of the day they drive back, and from here they can go to town. There's like, I built a nice street for them, so that's probably how it works. And some of the guys who stay here, they sleep here. They're like this. It's not nice, but it works probably. Yeah, this guy here. I kind of like the decorating thing, but like at some point you get like too much into it, and then I'm not always sure if it's smart to spend so much time on it, because this took like a long time to build all this up, because mostly not because it takes so long to build it, but mostly because like every time something goes wrong you need to reset a lot of things. Like these tracks I basically built and removed and built and removed like, I don't know, 5 times, because like it was getting quite hard to like fit like a working curvature in these tracks and not having it too sharp or like too far out in the ocean, which makes no sense. It's already like, I don't know if you would build it in real life like this. Would probably move everything up, and then it would be nice if like in City Skylines there's like a move it mod, and I think there's something similarly for this game, but I did not figure it out, because if you could just move everything up to here, then you would not have so much bridge in the water, but it's fine probably. So if the conveyor belts are working now, which I'm still not sure, then we should go back to like building our harbor system. which is an industrial harbor, so it should be probably pretty big, but I'm also not sure if we have anything which works for this time, because this is all too modern. Yeah, it's all too modern. I mean, we probably have more in the assets, but it's hard to find. So we probably just start out with like a blank cargo harbor. No, let's build the rails first, so we have an overview where we are going with it. So it's probably this, and then we need a curve. Yeah, so how would we load it? We would have a main line, and we have parking here for like trains going into it if there are too many. We still need like a yard for like the harbor probably. Also needs to like keep it. Like, why are these segments so long? So let's try figuring out if we can. Yeah, it gets too steep again probably. This would work perhaps. Yeah, this would work. So need to make it probably a bit sharper again. Yeah. I mean, like the train drivers in this, like on my courses, would be not happy because they need to change the speeds like all the time. Or like it gets dangerous probably. Yes, but this one is nice. So we have another big loop. And then we set up the harbor somewhere. But the question is where? Would we like build them like a yard for the harbor here? It's 250. Yeah, if the trains are not too long, it should work. But it always depends on what we want to do with it in the end. And then if it connects in the game. Look underground. So we have set it to 250. It could work. But we probably want them. I find it always hard to like set them up with like outgoing tracks where like everything makes sense in the end. Because like the angles are pretty hard to like set up. I mean, you can do it manually, but I'm really not good at doing that. This just makes it longer. I mean, this is pretty straight, so would you, like, if you would build a harbor, would you build it here? Probably yes. So we probably build our yard in this area. Which also makes it easier, because we can go out and in and stuff like that. We also need to build, I forgot, we need to build a train station. Yeah. So let's do it like here. And then our ships have like a relative long way to like go in and out. But pathfinding probably will make it look weird anyway. Because they're not really great with like getting into like the shipping lanes and stuff. Okay. Let's configure it. cargo, and then we have we can have multiple main buildings, okay. Maybe probably like do it like this. And then some more empties. This will cost probably a lot on our like monthly fees. Okay, that's the maximum length, which is probably fine. One, two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Damn it. Oh, we can use the, like, I always forget, we have the negative paintbrush. Yes. Okay. So this is our harbor line. Nothing waiting, yeah, we don't have ships yet. I mean, we have another harbor, but it's probably pointless to like ship anything up here yet. So it's a good question. What are we doing with it? I'm not that sure. I mean, do we have... I mean, we can still... We have some funky processing plants, but they're all too modern, probably. These integrated ones look quite nice, but I never used them. But they're all too modern, which is probably my biggest problem at the moment. Oh yeah, we have highway sides. But it's always like with like the decoration on the customs. Customs would make sense. Yeah, custom from outside, enter this region, leave back again. Okay, but this is not like a tourism harbor. This is like an industrial harbor. So do we have like industrial customs? Yeah. Oh. Okay. I mean, don't really have an area for them probably. Freestyle industries. Do we have here? Material supplier, consumer goods distribution. Okay, so we can add probably all of them. But we don't need to, because I prefer to cheese shop. I prefer to use the random generated ones. Like some of the descriptions are quite funny. No, I prefer to use the like the randomly generated industries, because it makes our puzzling a bit harder. If you start placing stuff, like then at some point it gets easy or it gets confusing, because I mean, like some stuff is weird with like random generation, like it places like both of them like really close together, and then on the rest of the island there are none of this type of industries, which makes transporting interesting, but also makes it kind of weird. Because like if you would start a company, you would not start it right next to like a company which usually not which does the same product, or perhaps you do. It depends of the industry probably, but I mean it would probably be cheaper like to have set up your company up there somewhere. There's still demand, but who knows. So what we wanted to see is if we have a lot of assets. So let's perhaps the search helps. No, it doesn't, like always. So these cranes, they would work, but I think we are like still too early for like these types of. Yeah, by the way, like this is like, why are like sometimes the assets from the game itself are weird. Like it's 1929 and we have like some norm containers and like the building looks fine for like the time. But like why does it have like metal gates and stuff? I don't know. Perhaps something else. Like perhaps it's incompatibility, but I don't think so. Because that's the basic cargo harbor, not? Yes. Yeah, I don't know why it does this. I mean, we have also small ports, but we probably use them more for like ferrying or stuff like that, which we don't do yet. So, so we have cranes. Do we have? We should have other cranes though. We have those which are too small. I mean, you would not make like unload a ship with this stuff. We have a lot of like decoration, which is fine. This one is too big and too modern. I'm pretty sure we have round cranes, but is it like a mod which got removed? No, we have. Which looks like new though. But oh, by the way, is it now working? No, it just doesn't want to work. Why? It tells me it's connected. And the trains still transport this type of goods, but why is it not wanting to transport them here? Can we reset the line? Probably. And like we go there and then we go there. That's it. I don't know if it helps. I hope it does. Because it's not like there's nothing wrong with the mod because it works fine here. And we did not do anything differently though. No, it works fine here. It has problems on the other side. I don't know why. And I like, I don't know if like, perhaps I'm looking into it if I remember it. But it would be cool if like you could do some animation in like, in this system. Because they are moving. Like the wagons are moving in it. I don't know if I did something wrong or if there's a mod setting to activate them. Oh, this one looks cool. Oh. This one looks cool. Do we have space in our trains? Probably not. Because I set this like really short, but you can have a look. Because I would love to add a brake train. Like a brake wagon. So yeah, it should work. So let's add the brake wagon. Wagons. It's like this interface. Like sometimes I don't know why you can't move stuff. We have a lot of stuff mods added which I did not look into yet. We don't. I thought it was just a fake wagon though. It looked like it. I mean, like, I don't know why it does. It's like, oh, we can. Okay. This game is kind of like it does not show you properly where you can resize windows, and I don't know why. It's like it should be quite easy to like make the corners like different colored or something. Because some windows you can scale and some you can't. Okay, it's so if we add it, how long are we? Okay, it's just 6 meters. So we can add. I don't know if it makes sense, but we would have a brake wagon and we should probably have a caboose as well, but I always forget the caboose. I mean, we don't really have. This looks like a caboose, but I don't know. Perhaps I should like. There's some mod for it or something. Oh, we forgot one. You get a brake wagon as well. I'll find it again. There, brake wagon. So let's look how it looks. Yeah, it looks nice. It's basically like a caboose. It has side windows. Oh, that's nice. So it's a caboose basically. It has side windows and a guy up there. Probably we need to recolor all of them. Which, if I recolor them red, the train gets red as well, which I don't want. Technically, I also... No, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. It's still like some black accents. It's a German train, I think. Should be. But I quite like it. I mean, I would like the bigger ones, but they get really expensive and too long for like a small, relatively small setups. And I'm also using like really old wagons. I'm min-maxing a bit. And I think I make a small break again, because I need to think a bit more about what we do with our harbor system. And perhaps look into if there are some assets we want. So what are we looking at now? There's a lot more like shortcuts than I remember, but like most of them are not that useful usually. Because like, I mean, we could set probably everything. Yeah, the cost labels, I quite hate them. Income labels. No, we can't. Okay, we can't set them all to the same key. Ah, okay, it's all in the same icon. Okay. Ah, okay, it's all in this menu. Okay.